Welcome back. My name is David Blissett, and in this video what we're going to be doing is doing a review of models sourced from Mixamo with the rig and the model coming into Unity, and then when trying to apply the same animations that comes through with that base rig to another model, having mapping issues and trying to get them resolved. So as you can see here, we have a basic model. It's called the Xbox models, coming from the Mixamo configuration, and it's doing the capoeira, which is a bit of a some move when you're actually doing that Brazilian kind of fighting style. I believe it's called capoeira. Right, so as you can tell, the model looks pretty good, and there are no issues. Now if I go ahead and use the second model, which we call Jason, and I'm gonna apply the same animation, you can see that we've got some serious mapping issues, and we shouldn't be having that because for the most part they're going to be using the same bones within the rig. So let's step through the steps that I'd go through to kind of resolve this type of scenario. So first things first, let's put the Xbox back. Okay, and let's head over to its actual rig. So the rig that we have here for the animation has an animation type of generic. If I go over to the actual Xbox model itself, we can see that's marked as generic, and if I go over to the model marked as Jason, that is marked as generic. That's going to be one of the first issues that we've got to resolve. So what we're going to do, I'm going to select both models and I'm going to change it over to a humanoid type configuration, and then I'm going to apply. That's going to take a second or so. It might actually take a little bit longer, but don't worry, we'll go ahead and pause here, and once this change has been applied, we'll pick things up. Okay, welcome back. We can see that now that we have the humanoid animation type selected for both rigs. So if I select just Jason, that's humanoid, and I can go ahead and do a configuration check, going in and actually looking on how the bones have been assigned. And as you can see, we've got a green status throughout the model, and all the bones have been highlighted within the T-pose. Okay, other things that we can do from here, I can go in and have a look on the head. If I had eyes, we can do a check for that and make a mapping. Doing quick scan, we have eye left and eye right, so I'm going to put the left eye in, just doing a double click there, and the right eye in, and double click on that one. Okay, so that's not been assigned. Looking for right eye. There we go. Okay, so both of those have been applied. Hitting apply now. And then the next thing we want to do is let's go back up to the body and just check out whether or not everything's working correctly. Yeah, we've got good deformation on the open and close, on the roll left and right. Everything's looking to go through just fine. Okay, so we can finish with that now. Click on done, and then now we're going to go over to the other model. It's going to be the Xbox model. That has the same configuration, humanoid animation type. You can see we've got a green status all the way through. Checking muscle settings. Everything appears to be fine on that side of things. Okay, so from there, let's have a look. Well, first let's click on done on this, and the next thing we want to do is find the actual animation that was giving us problems. So we're going to go over to capoeira, and I am going to make sure that that has also been set to humanoid. Click and apply. Okay, so that's now complete, and let's see if we can now do a preview on this specific animation. So we'll go over to the animation tab, and now we're going to go to the model and see whether or not it's been applied. And voila, we now have the Jason model doing the capoeira, although he looks like he's broken his left ankle. But for the most part, it's a lot better than it was, as opposed to having the model just floating around in the air. To fix something like this, it's going to be a bit of trial and error, working with the actual humanoid configuration, going in and having a look on the actual rig itself. And if we have a look on the feed for the model, you can tell that there is a slight offset there on that right angle. And we can just go ahead and see if we can straighten that out a bit. Yeah, they're not perfectly aligned, the two. So let's see if we can just do a quick adjustment here. Saying it's not in T-pose. Okay, that appears to be okay. Click on apply. Done. Okay, so again, we want to go back to the animation section and let's see how that change has affected what we've got. So that's a little bit better, but that's the kind of steps that you'd want to go through when trying to resolve this kind of issue. When you bring in a model from Mixamo and you're finding that the animation is just, that the retargeting is way off. And as you can tell, in comparison to what we have earlier, this is a lot better. If I've missed anything and you guys know of a better workflow, please feel free to make a comment. If you've liked and if you found this helpful, again, I'd appreciate it because it helps us out in growing the channel if you leave a comment and a like. All right, thanks for now. Check back later.